Yo guys, as Bruce here with some basic tips on how to better your neutral. Let's get it. Before we get right into it, I want to tell you guys a little bit about what I think neutral encompasses. And it's about picking up information on your opponent and using it to your advantage to make solid decisions. And with that, there's an infinite amount of awareness to build upon, allowing and giving you more freedom to dominate your opponent. Players like Tweak, MKLeo, Mars, Samsora, and Nairo all have strong fundamentals, allowing them to be able to dominate the game in most players they play against. It's very crucial to getting better, understanding and knowing how neutral works. So let's get into it. In this video specifically, I'll be giving you guys 3 tips on how to improve your neutral game, and I'll be going over the more advanced stuff later, but for now we gotta attack the basics. So the first tip I want to give you guys is patience. Being able to capitalize off your opponent making the first move is a big part of being patient in neutral. Top tier characters have the luxury of doing this more than the other characters, to be honest, but it usually applies no matter what. Typically, you would want to wait for someone to do a committal move like Joker's dash attack or Wario's dash attack, maybe even Wario's up smash. Sometimes smash attacks can't be punished, but you want to wait for typically a move that has a lot of cooldown to truly punish it. Here's an example of me being patient, waiting for Donkey Kong to make the first move, hitting him, taking stage control, and taking just full control over the match because of that one interaction. Now, because of that, it literally led to all of this, and he's at 51% just from that one interaction. Stage control, or just having control over the match, is super important. That's why every hit counts and every little thing matters that you do in the game. The second thing I want to go over is being able to punish someone's second and maybe third option that they throw out. Sometimes you can't punish them at all. This is very, very frustrating to deal with if you don't understand it. So I'll try to give you guys some insight on how it works. In Ultimate, reacting to your opponent is not as easy as it was in the other games. So if someone throws something out and you expect there to be lag, but there's just no lag for whatever reason, I don't even know. In this game, they allowed a lot of moves to have not much cooldown. So sometimes you can't do much about a move. And if you can maybe get a light punish or a baby punish, but not anything solid. So what you must learn to do is punish what your opponent likes to do second or third, and then learn if you have to just respect the block string and back off. The second thing I want to go over is how to punish your opponent for throwing out moves. In this game, it's not as easy to just react to someone throwing out moves. You can't run up shield and just shield the move, they whiff, you punish either with a up smash or a grab like the former games you could, or wave dash out of shield, punish. There's none of that in this game. In this game, a lot of things are very safe on shield, so therefore you must have the knowledge of what they're gonna do second or maybe even third. And sometimes if you're in shield and you're waiting for something, sometimes there's not even a punish that you can get. And I'll go over that right now. I'll go through it with you guys. So here's an example of me already knowing what Leo wanted to do because I've seen him get on the stage and roll in before. So right here, I already knew he was gonna roll in. So that's why I was ready to go there and grab him. I could have gotten a harder punish, maybe even an up tilt if I was playing even more confident. But that's just the gist of behind the idea of knowing what someone's gonna do second, because there was no way I could punish the landing the way he nared my shield. There was no way I could punish it. So I needed to wait for the second option to have some type of punishment for what he was gonna do. Here's another example of 2 players throwing out moves to try and punish each other, but not really being able to land that meaty hit to lead into something. Right there, none of them got truly anything strong out of neutral. Even still here, Razo kind of finally broke it there and took control of the match, but it took a lot for him to get there. He had to finally break Zenyu. They both didn't know what each other wanted to do next. They were both throwing out safe moves until one of them whiffed, which kind of makes Ultimate's neutral very wonky at times. and it looks very clunky at times. But I think if we grow and learn how to actually punish each other, instead of just spamming safe moves at each other until one breaks, we could really make Ultimate's neutral look much cleaner. Here's another example of Razo back airing Zenyu's shield and him not being able to do much about it. Right there, it happens. And there was not much Zenyu could do about that. He had to hold that and just back away. Sometimes you have to respect your opponent and just back off. Know the block string, know how many moves they can throw out, and just back off with either a roll, jump, or spot dodge. The last example I want to give on this subject is how Zenyu opens up Razo here after waiting to see what he does. See how he hits him, dashes in, and then gets the punish. He doesn't dash right away. He dash danced in front of his face, waited for him to spot edge, and then punished him accordingly. That is really good play right there. The third tip I want to give you guys is how to use moves to defend yourself. In Brawl and Smash 4, you use shield as an offensive tool. You can run up shield, moves with whiff, and you can grab them or do a plethora of things out of shield. In Melee, you could wave dash out of shield and punish, run up shield, wave dash out of shield, and get a punish. It was godly. Running up shield was godly in the former games, but in this game, shielding is nerfed. So you want to be throwing out moves to defend yourself more so than anything. So if you guys notice in this second stock where Tweak is playing against Dark Wizzy, he's a lot of the times where he's getting a lot of his damage is from throwing out moves as safe as he can and punishing Dark Wizzy accordingly. Like, see how he's only throwing out moves to defend himself. He's still playing defense, but with offense. And when he gets a hit, then he really goes on the offensive to try to punish Dark Wizzy even harder and keep his advantage state. Learning how to use moves to defend yourself isn't easy because you have to have an understanding of how the other character moves themselves, and of course how your character's moves and function and the spacing and timing of all of it. And you build all that intuition by playing the game more, getting more experience with the game. And just playing the game, you'll get that intuitive experience. But you definitely need an understanding and a really good understanding of how the other characters function, what moves they like to throw out, what moves they tend to throw out, their win and lose conditions, what they usually do when they're about to lose, what they usually do when they want to win, or what do they do at certain percents. All that stuff matters to help you. Any knowledge that you can get will help you towards understanding what the other character is going to throw out, what they want to throw out, therefore giving you the ability to understand what you need to be doing intuitively. Eventually you want to get to the point where you're not thinking about these things, just doing it. After mastering neutral in general, it will give you the ability to break the rules. Then you can break the rules and start expressing yourself through the game, and that's where I think everyone wants to reach. Everyone plays this game to have the ability to express themselves at the end of the day. Like, you get to choose a character that's not real and express yourself through that. And you usually see a little bit of everyone's personality through their characters somewhere. So I always thought that was really nice. Eventually, through mastering all these techniques and mastering neutral, you'll get to the point where you're not really thinking about anything. You're just looking at your opponent while making mental notes and adjusting accordingly and making things happen on the fly. There's many ways to play the game, but having a solid neutral is what makes someone all around solid. These skills allow them to even play a multitude of characters. If you notice, there's players like Nairo have so many characters that he can play at his expense. Tweak, MKLeo, all these guys, they're good with different characters because they have solid fundamentals. Besides that, in the next videos of how to play neutral, I'm going to be going more in depth on these things, and it'll be like a 3 or 4 video chain. So we'll be going over spacing, mix-ups, ground game, positioning, mindful punishes, conditioning, stage control, movement, footsies, micro spacing, etc. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace out.